And welcome, guys, to the section final. The Elizabeth Minutemen have been waiting all year to get to this final spot, and they finally have. How's it going today, Ben?
It's going good. I'm really excited for a big game today.
And definitely a long-awaited game all season. This is the goal that's been from the season, from the summer, from the jump. This is the reason they brought Phil Colicchio here and his staff. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm sure Phil Colicchio, this is what he envisioned ever since he got here. He obviously wanted to get to this state final for their group, and here they are, and I'm really sure he got them very prepared for this game, as he has all those other years being the coach of Linden.
And Elizabeth, their first time here in a long time, but for Coach Phil Colicchio and his staff, they've done this before. They've been here with Linden, and they've played Newark Eastside many times, even though Newark Eastside has been there many times.
Yeah, and this Newark Eastside team, they're going to have a run for their money today against this Minutemen team. Starting off with Eastside, they have two key factors that I want to point out. Anos Amos, point guard, 5'7" at that maybe. He's a tough guy to guard. Brandon Kelly has got a load on his shoulders today, but it's nothing new to him. He's been guarding those big name guys all year long.
And speaking of a Newark Eastside hard team, we got to catch up today with Coach Marty Luke, assistant coach Marty Luke, and here's the video from this morning.
Welcome to our pre-game interview. We are joined by assistant coach Marty Luke. Hello, Marty Luke. A couple questions for the game.
Sure.
Great two first games from the Minutemen in the first two rounds of states. What are some of the big factors you took from those games?
Well, something we've been preaching all year is sharing the basketball on offense, making sure the ball doesn't stick, playing good team defense, rooting for each other, cheering each other on, making an extra pass. These are all the little things that contribute to our philosophy that we've had, as long as we've been together.
Of course. And Coach, great momentum swingers in the last two games coming out of the locker room at the half. How can we just keep that momentum going in the first half this game today?
Well, a lot of times the adjustments are the things that decide the game. You'll have some people will come out and they'll have a different game plan, and it takes some time to adjust to that game plan. So we're prepared for them, and we'll be able to make any halftime adjustment. But right off the bat, we have our game plan, things we like to do, and if we do have to make an adjustment at halftime, we'll be ready.
Yeah, Coach, in regards to Newark Eastside, I don't know how much you've got to watch them this year, but we've seen they're a little bit of a different team from the first two teams we saw. Is there any sort of game plan that you guys have talked about for this team?
Well, Coach Colicchio and I have been together. This is our 17th year together. Through those 17 years, we had to play Eastside about maybe 25, 30 times. So we know them, we respect them, we have a real good understanding of their philosophy, what they like to do. So we already know coming into the game it's going to be a dogfight. Normally it comes down to the last couple of minutes of the game. So as far as preparing for them, it's pretty much the same game plan. You just got to stay consistent with it. And normally it's a team that wins all those little plays, the 50-50 plays, the loose balls, the charges, the missed plays, the foul shots. Those are the team that normally comes out.
Of course. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in to our pregame interview. Be sure to tune in at 6:30 for our pregame tip-off. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Coach.
And like Coach Marty Luke said, they've been here before and they know what they're doing, right, Ben? Isn't that right?
That's right. So I'm sure they're nothing new to this. Some of these guys on the Minutemen team are definitely new to these games and new to this stage, but it didn't seem like it with any sort of emotions from those first two games. They seem like they've been here all 4 years of high school.
And the biggest thing we got to take out of this game today is going to be momentum from both teams. Not only the Minutemen coming with the home court advantage here, but Newark Eastside, they have buses coming down Elizabeth, and they've been here before, so they know what it takes, what a type of fan base they need, and they're gonna bring a packed house just as much as Elizabeth is.
Yeah, definitely, and I don't know if you guys can see behind us, but they have a little bit of a student section going so far today, so that might play a big factor in Newark Eastside getting a win today. So we'd love to see how the student section goes up against that great Minutemen section we see every game. Yeah,
and a lot of the Minutemen wins, big-time wins at least, came from home this season where they had that momentum to play with, and they had that crowd swinging their way, and they got a lot of calls swing their way as well. It's going to be a great factor because Newark Eastside, like I said, they've been here, so the refs know what they're doing today, and it's going to be a great game to watch.
Of course, and that Minutemen, those big Minutemen wins at home, I'm not sure how much closer of a game it would be in some of those games. Like against that St. Pat's team earlier in the season, that big win by 11 against the number 5 team in the country. I mean, number 5 team in the state, excuse me. I'm not sure that happens at a different place, so that definitely plays a factor in some of these wins.
Definitely, as you said, Ben. Elizabeth is coming in at the number 1 team in their group right now, the number 5 team, in the New Jersey top 20 state rankings. And like we said all season, we cannot take any of that for granted. Newark Eastside is a very highly scouted and talented team. They're coming in at the number 18 team themselves.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, they have two guys that I like to touch on. Amos, like I said, very talented point guard that they got to put stop to. And one guy I didn't mention, Micah Johnson, 20 points last game in the big win against Hunterdon Central, the number 3 team. He was a big factor, 20 points, 7 rebounds. So Josiah West and Jordan Price have a load on their shoulders today, but it's nothing new for them. They've been great all year.
And two great offensive teams last game for Newark Eastside and Hunterdon Central, the number 2 and number 3 team. But it was a low-scoring game. It was 42-38 to the final, and that's going to play a big factor today because this is going to be a great defensive game from both teams, low-scoring as well.
Yeah, definitely. And Elizabeth Minutemen, they're a big factor on their team. They're calling for them. Every game has been defense. They've only allowed a team over 40 points 5 times this year, so that's definitely big for them. And they've got to do it again today against a good Newark Eastside team if they want to walk out of here with a win.
And like Coach Marty Luke said, this Newark Eastside team is scrappy. They get the second chance opportunities. They hustle for the little stuff, and the little stuff is going to determine the game today.
Yes, definitely. And the Minutemen, offensive side of the ball, they have a lot of factors that got to step up. Josiah West and Jordan Price. Josiah West, 20 points last game, 11 rebounds. He had a huge game against that Piscataway Chiefs team. He's got to step up. And at the top of the key, Brandon Kelly and Alfred Connor have to do what they've been doing all year, and that's being ball hawks on defense.
Those couple names right there, Ben, is something that's been huge all season. Like he said, Josiah West, huge game from him last game with 21 points and 10 rebounds. And Alfred Connor getting it shot up from the arc, behind the arc.
Yeah, Alfred Connor was great last game. He had 3 threes, 2 coming from the corner, and that's a lot of what the Minutemen do. They're a patient offense. They swing it around, and him and DJ Watkins are great guys on the corner. DJ Watkins, as we always talk about, great from the corner, but he's even better when he gets aggressive and drives to the basket.
And I'm more excited for this game than anything else because we have 2 great teams here. We have Newark Eastside, a team that likes to score, and then we have the Elizabeth Minutemen, a team that doesn't give up 40 points a game. How do you think about that?
Yeah, Newark Eastside loves to score, and they're just as scrappy on defense as the Minutemen. So both teams are definitely going to bring it hustling on the floor. Nobody wants to go home in this game, especially being the top 2 seeds. They got a target, and they're definitely ready for the next round if they can get to it.
All right, guys, it's getting a packed house in here. I'm excited. I know Ben's excited. The crowds can't wait for tip-off, and we're going to conclude this pregame show, and we're going to be right back to you at tip-off at 7. Be sure to tune in.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Give up on my way home, yeah.
For those who For tonight's 2019 New Jersey State Sectional Final in Group 4, North Jersey Section 2, between the number 1
evening and welcome to the North 2 Group 4 State Championship game between the number 2 North Eastside Red Raiders and your number 1 seed, the 26-1 Elizabeth Minutemen. I'm Ben Rubens alongside Jeremy Duran, and if you didn't realize, we are absolutely pumped for this championship game today.
Yes, we are, Ben, and we've been waiting for this exact moment since day one, since the summer of the Phil Colicchio era. It has finally started. The Phil Colicchio era in Elizabeth has finally started, Ben, and I couldn't be more excited.
And wow, one thing we got to cover right at the start, this gym is absolutely packed.
Well, look at
as
this.
Elizabeth wins the tip, and the crowd is going to be roaring, standing from tip to buzzer sound at the end of the game, and Brandon Kelly will start up the offense.
And this game is a highly scouted game from the beginning. You know, many talked about today, I mean, school got canceled today, so is this game going to go on or what? And early in the morning they said, yeah, it's going to happen.
No doubt.
And this city just went berserk.
We're having a championship game no matter what, and I don't think if I was not in this booth, I would have a second to move anywhere else around this gym.
Absolutely not.
There's nowhere to move.
No, standing room only, everybody behind. They're setting up more ropes as we speak now. It's just really something else.
Down low to Jordan Price. His layup is no good. Rebound. And North Eastside will run it up.
From ball to shot to shot. Both of these crowds here for Eastside and Elizabeth are going to be on their toes, like my friend Ben said.
And blocked by West.
Like my friend Ben said, and it's going to be absolutely
jump
berserk.
ball. This place is going nuts. First play for North Eastside, and North Eastside has a little bit of a student section on the other side of the gym.
A little bit, I would say they have pretty equal to us.
Yeah,
Kenny.
pretty good one as shot goes up, and that's good for North Eastside. 2-0 game.
There it is, and there's the jumping up crowd like we talked about. But we got to remember, this is not about the crowds, it's about the kids. So let's get to it.
Yes, sir. This is what they've been waiting for. When they played that first game against Rutgers Prep, Colicchio told them, this is what we want to play for. We want to play for the state championship game. As the North Eastside crowd is going crazy to the defense of Amos. And Brandon Kelly, great move, makes him fall, and that ball's on the floor. Eastside recovers. Eastside, very chippy team, as you can see from these first two plays so far. Pull-up jumper, that's good. And we have a 4-0 game.
And early on, Alfred Till was trying to run the offense. He goes, Coach, I can't hear what's going on. It's too loud in here. I can't hear. You got to run up the plays a different way.
Yeah, and this whole gym is standing already.
And that's going to be the factor in this game. Early on, you're not going to be able to draw up plays like you want, like you usually do. You're not playing in a quiet gym anymore. You're playing in front of thousands of people, and you got to get that. You got to get that play out, Coach.
Yeah, a game like this, you throw away the X's and O's. It's just straight. Who wants it more? Down little West, and we have
an offensive
looks like
foul.
an offensive foul on West. And one thing for the Minutemen, they cannot have any foul trouble against this Eastside team.
Absolutely not. This Eastside 3 team makes their free throws.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be sitting at all today, Jeremy.
No. And Ben, this is one thing. I don't know how I'm going to get down to the court for my halftime interview, but I'm going to have to push people away.
Yeah, definitely. As Connor falls off the screen, and it is a 7-0 game to start. Elizabeth, North Eastside throws the first punch to Elizabeth. They don't look like they know what's going on right now.
They down a little sloppy play, like we said. Alfred Tier was trying to run up that offense, but he couldn't hear what's going on, so there's not a lot of communication going on right now for the Elizabeth team.
Down low to Price, out to Kelly. His three is good! And it is a 7-3 ball game. This place is going nuts to the first shot for the Minutemen to fall. Wow, Kelly has got to be big. He's got to be the guy, senior point guard for them. He is the floor general. He is who they want with the ball in their hands down the stretch. Good shot fake. That shot is good. Looked like a walk there, but no call. 9-3 game.
And this is going to be an offensive game, more of a defensive game.
Yeah, no doubt. Both teams very good defensive teams, but when they need to score, they got to score. Amos has been playing great defense up top on Connor as West to the basket. No call. Elizabeth Ball.
Man, talk about standing room only. Look, I cannot see over the crowd right now.
Yeah, good thing we got here early. Everyone was telling me it took them at least 45 minutes to get into this gym.
Talk about the line that was outside, just waiting there. Big names just pulling to the game. Jaden Pierre from the St. Pat's freshman. Their tournament ends early as they lose to Hudson Catholic on a buzzer beater.
Yeah, that was a good game. we got to see there. As Kelly, West on the corner. West gonna pull from 3. That's off the mark. And West will get subbed out immediately for that shot he took. As that ball's on the ground. And Newark Eastside recovers their 3. That is in and out. Rebound by West. And Newark Eastside looks like a good shooting team to start as Kelly drops the basket. Foul called.
2 free throws here. Ben, I am overwhelmed right now. This is absolutely ridiculous. The student section's all the way up to the booth, even around to the right side. And there's just literally nowhere to sit.
Yeah, and they are not going to be taking a seat at all today. Down by 50, up by 50, as Kelly knocks down the first. He has the first 4 points for the Minutemen. West checks out. Abdul Shanunu off the bench will check in for the Minutemen.
I feel like he's going to know West. He's going to let him know. What were you doing throwing up a 3-point shot like that?
I think West wanted to get the crowd into it a little bit, knocking down his first 3 of the year. Kelly's second free throw's off the mark.
That's going to be huge this year. You can't let the momentum get to you. You can't let the frustration get to you. Play your game. You've been doing this all season. Continue to do it.
No doubt, no doubt.
Elizabeth's going to come out in a quick man-to-man to start the game here.
Amos drive to the basket. Good defense by Kelly. He looks to kick it out.
Well, there's just still people coming in, Ben, as we speak.
Corner 3, that is good. And Eastside is hot to start. They have not missed at all. They look good.
Ben, and this Eastside team is not missing at all. You cannot give them that many open looks because it's going to draw every time.
Yeah, you don't see this Minutemen team be this lackluster on defense to start. As Price gets in the corner, he will be trapped. Down low to Shanunu. And a jump ball, it looks like. And we have some scrappy play. Shanunu doesn't like that. And the Minutemen crowd loves to see Shanunu get into the game this early.
Yeah, definitely, man. This is what we're talking about. That's what Marty Luke talked about before the game. The assistant coach of the Minutemen here. He talked about scrappiness, getting those second chance opportunities, jumping on every rebound, falling on the ball on the ground, diving for the ball if you have to. Whatever it takes to pull out a win here is what's going to happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. As we have Kelly throwing in the ball from the baseline to Connor. Connor the drive. Connor down low to Shanunu. To Price, excuse me. Watkins floater. No good. Shanunu gets it again. Shanunu gets blocked. Eastside recovers. Elizabeth looks like they don't know what's going on right now to start. They're not a good start.
And this is what we talked about. Eastside is going to match up very well with Elizabeth here. They're going to have their guard play. They're going to have their big man play.
Yeah, Elizabeth has got to get up on those shooters for Eastside. They've been just straight shots to start this game. No points in the paint as Kelly's all the way up on Anos Amos. And it looks like we have a foul on Kelly. Interesting call there. It looked like Amos hit him with an elbow, but it is Eastside ball.
Ben, this is going to be absolutely a troublemaker to get them in. I don't know if I can get them in.
It's going to be crazy. As an illegal screen is called, Minutemen will get the basketball as Josiah West checks back in for Abdul Shanunu. Josiah West is their key today if they want to win.
And there you go, Ben. There goes the standing room behind the ropes right now. Absolutely nowhere else to sit. So the fire chief is going to go, listen, you guys got to stand here for the ball game. I'm sorry, but this is what's going to happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. As Alpha Tier Connor, sophomore, man, there's got to be some butterflies in his stomach today. Sophomore in a game like this?
Never in a game like this. They just got to play like it's every game, and that's it.
Yeah, as down low to West. West, good fake. That's off the mark. West with the follow. 12-6 game, rounding up on the 2-minute mark. Like I said, right off the bench, he got right back to it, and that's what they need.
Yes, sir. He needs that quick refreshment, that quick, give me a chance to recoup, give me some water here, and let me get back into it.
There's a foul called on Connor. Looks like the refs have been blowing that whistle a little easy so far. As we have James Paul at the line for 2. 12-6 game, minute 48 to go. Man, we are not going to stress it enough today. The amount of people in this gym as Paul misses the first. Me and Jeremy have been to a couple state games here, but we've never been to an Elizabeth State game here, and it is totally different.
Absolutely, and this is something we talked about. I could not wait to see the Dunn this packed, and here it is. It reminds me of the Kyrie Irving days when he used to come play in the Dunn, and this place was standing room only. And if you look to your left, down there, you cannot find a seat, and you're going to have to stand.
Yeah, if you come to this game this early, we said it last game, you better be here at 5:30 or you're not getting in.
Absolutely. And I can only feel for the people who have to park.
It's Watkins, the drive out to Kelly. Kelly in the corner. Kelly the drive, kick out to Price. Price is 3. No good. Rebound West. His follow is good. Josiah West, good spark coming back off the bench for the Minutemen.
And that's the momentum swing we have to have here. We have to see a leader step up and go, guys, this is just like every other game. We're gonna play our game, we're gonna do our stuff, and it's gonna be the same thing.
And a block by West on the alley-oop. What a block by Josiah West on that alley-oop attempt.
And man, wouldn't that have been a better alley-oop? That was a great alley-oop attempt. And if that would have felt, my God.
I was ready to say Josiah West put himself on a poster there.
Right.
But wow, what a block by him.
He doesn't get embarrassed, not in his home court.
And that's out of bounds off of, who is James Paul. Wow, this is electric.
And Brandon Kelly's telling his team, listen guys, calm down, this is our game, we're gonna do what we do best.
That's right, we're at home, this is our game, we want to move on. As Connor has it at the top of the key. Kelly on the wing. Kelly down low to West. And West
Gonna get
gets
fouled.
fouled. What, they cannot stop West so far. It looks like Micah Johnson's having a tough time down there. Another big key for West. He's got to hit his free throws. We talk about this all the time.
Absolutely, and that was a big factor in the last game, getting most of his points. But Ben, two towns who love the game of basketball,
That's
who
right.
love their hometown sports, and you're going to see it here. A lot of talk between both fans here.
At the end of the day, this is what it comes down to. It's a city matchup. Which city wants it more? And both cities definitely showed out today to support their high school basketball teams.
Yes, sir.
As West hits both from the line, that's huge. 13-10 game, rounding up on 45 seconds. It's been a great first quarter of basketball. As Amos is bringing up the court, he takes Kelly to the basket. His floater. We have another foul on Kelly. Wow, that's a backbreaker. That's his second foul. As Julius David will look to check in. These refs have been blowing the whistle pretty easy to start. That's really going to hurt the Minutemen if this continues. As Amos at the line. His first is good. And Jeremy, in a game like this, wouldn't you like to see the refs hold their whistle a little bit, swallow it?
I mean, I would, Ben, just as much as I would like to see them hold their whistle, I would also like to see the call of fair play. If you're going to call a foul on one end of the court, okay, you can do that. Call on the other end of the court.
That's right, exactly. Absolutely.
I don't have a problem. Yeah, I don't have a problem with calling fouls as needed, but you know, you got to call them fair. You got to call them both ways.
Absolutely, no doubt, no doubt. As Connor brings up the ball. Interesting defensive stance from Arnold Samos.
But he is a bucket. Remember that.
Julius David is checked in for Brandon Kelly with the early foul trouble.
Ben, do you see this defense from the east side? They're playing at a 2-3, but they're playing with a trap up top in the arc.
Yeah, it's a really interesting defense, and it looks like the Minutemen didn't
there we
really
go.
prepare for a defense like this. As Julius David gets the ball knocked away, and Connor will reset the top. They look like they're going to hold it for one shot. Julius David from the corner. That is in and out.
And there we go,
And a
scrappy
jump
play.
ball. And I think that stays the Minutemen way. Yes, it does. And they will look to hold it for one shot with 5 and 6/10 seconds. Julius David, that's a big key coming off the bench. He's got to knock down those shots. He's their three-point shooter off the bench. He's got to hit those in a game like this.
Absolutely. Those are going to be the crucial points of today's games. Free throws, open shots made. Big bench play today. Oh, Jordan Price! Oh, almost drains the three.
And we have a 15-10 ball game going East Side's way to end the first quarter. Has this not been a great first quarter basketball?
This has been a great first quarter of basketball. Both fans highly into it. Everyone's into it. Everyone wants to get a win for their town, and man, this is great.
Yeah, up in the booth, we are so high up, and I could still have a little bit of trouble seeing the court.
I can, and you know what? That's just going to happen. It's a game like this. Elizabeth basketball is finally back. The whole town is out here, and this is what's going to happen.
This has been an awesome start to this game.
And stay tuned after this short break.
Between Eastside and Elizabeth will play right here at the Dunn Center Wednesday.
And we are back for the second quarter of action between the Newark Eastside Red Raiders and the Elizabeth Minutemen.
And Ben, during that break, we had an announcement over the loudspeaker. If everyone who was standing, if they could find a seat, but that's going to be tough. I don't think they know.
I don't know about that. When you're in a game like this, it's pretty hard to find your seat and sit down. And also, we have also found out winner of this game will face the winner of Union City and Hackensack. That should be a good one.
That definitely should be a Union. Union City coming out of the group, one of the best teams in the group, the favorite to win their group, and they're a great team.
Yeah, led by Gabe Johnson. He's had an awesome year so far. Jumper, that's off the mark. Rebound, Watkins. He's going to slow down the offense a little bit and reset to Connor.
And there's a trap team. There's a trap that we saw that we're going to see on this defense.
Josiah West, good move by him. Down low to Price. What a pass by Josiah West. And the foul. Wow, Josiah West, he does that so often. He's a great passer down on the high post.
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing we look to see him do better as. But he's been a great passer this game down low as Jordan Price has been. I'm sorry, this season as Jordan Price just always giving him backdoor cut for Shia, giving him a nice pass.
Yeah, no doubt. They're a great 1-2 punch for this year. Josiah West, he's a senior. You know, he doesn't want to go out like this, not at his home court, as Price knocks down the free throw 15-13. Josiah West has been waiting for this all 4 years. Colicchio comes, and he has been I've never seen him have an attitude like this on a basketball team.
Well, how can you not have a great attitude when you're playing with such a great coach? He's going to push you to have that attitude that you need.
He looks like he's just having fun out there playing basketball. As West with the block. Great block by West. He has been dominant on the defensive end down low.
Absolutely. And it's going to be trouble to push these fans out of here, but man.
And they love that screen to the baseline as that's
And
off the mark, but they call a foul.
And it works, Ben.
It works every time. The Minutemen don't seem like they have an answer to stop it. Was that a 3-point attempt on that foul? Or was he on the line?
I think that was a 3-point play. They threw up the arm for a field goal shot, but I don't know. We're going to have to see.
A lot of fouls on the Minutemen to start. And one thing, Brandon Kelly, if you are just tuned in, has been taken out of the game because he has 2 early fouls in the first quarter. That's huge for the Minutemen as Abdul Shanunu looks to check in.
And bench play is going to be huge here for both teams. Eastside with not a deep bench. Elizabeth not a deep bench, and we're going to see some scrappy hands here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, first free throw's up, and yes, it is a 3-shot foul. Second free throw goes in and out. And Shanunu will check in for DJ Watkins. So they look like they're going big out there with Jordan Price, Abdul Shanunu, and Josiah West all on the floor. And the third free throw falls. So it is 17-13 with 7:13 to go in the second quarter. Great game so far.
You can't have many free throws being sent to the line because they will fall, and it's going to be a big
they're
factor
good.
in the game.
And the trap and the steal. And Amos to the basket. That's off the mark, but another foul call on Abdul Shanunu.
Is it going to be on the shot or is it going to be after?
No, that was on the Amos attempt, so the follow falls, but it won't count. A lot of foul calls so far. Not to the likes of Phil Colicchio. He likes to play a scrappy ball game.
But they have been going to both sides, so I can't complain there, but if anything else switches up, we're going to have to see.
And I'm sure some of the alumni from the 80s and 90s team that are here today are looking at this game like these would have never been called back when we played.
No, it's a different type of basketball, a different game, even in the NBA. A different game. The only thing about this in the NBA, they play defense here.
Yeah, no doubt. Wow. I don't know how many times I'm going to talk about it today, and it looks like ref's talking something over.
Something's going on with the coaches here.
Do we have a tech call? And the Minutemen crowd is going nuts, as so is the Eastside crowd. They're yapping back and forth.
Malik Monk over there, the coach, looks like Malik Monk. He's telling his guys, let's go, get amped up, because this is just not an ordinary game.
And the Eastside crowd starting the Let's Go Eastside chants. Wow, this place is rocking today.
Listen, I don't know if you could hear us, but we're inside the booth where it's soundproof up here. And if you could hear us, My God. My God. That's the type
My
of
God, our
energy we
sound
have
guys
today.
are good if you could hear us.
Yeah. If you could hear the crowd out there, I'm sorry, Benny. Benny can't.
And
I don't know what's going on here.
yeah, they seem to have sorted it out.
A little bit of delay here, but it looks like it's going to be Minutemen ball after all.
19-13 game. The Minutemen have got to score. They've got to get stops now. They can't get down early.
And this is what we
As
talked
Connor
about pregame.
drive to the basket, kick out to David. David on the corner, back out to Connor.
This is what we talked about pregame. They're going to come up to look and get baskets. They got to get baskets early, and they got to do things to get those baskets.
And West with the foul call, and West will go to the line.
Guys, I'm going to have to cut out early today during the half because I got to get downstairs to the court, and it's going to take me a little while. So in about 3 minutes, I'll be going downstairs and to get a major interview with former TLC champion Malik Jackson. Ben, how do you feel about that one?
That's going to be one interview. I'm sure he's thrilled to see this Minutemen team have such a good season and be in this position that he once was.
Right.
And Jeremy, I think you might be rolling down the steps when you go down. I don't think it's going to be possible to walk.
How about this one, Ben? I'm just going to fall into the crowd's arms, and they're going to
crowd surf.
And they're going to crowd surf, right?
As that's off the mark. Josiah West misses both at the line. That is huge.
I'm going to have to get a crowd surf going here, like Travis Scott at Astroworld.
Let's see if they keep you up.
I hope so. I hope so.
The Minutemen look to be in a 2-3 zone defense. Amos on the wing. And three-pointer is off the mark. Shinunu with the rebound.
Both teams playing great. And Julius David getting a lot of minutes here. We don't see that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. With Kelly out, that's huge. As West looks like he loses it. And we have another jump ball. This game has been scrappy to start. Very scrappy game.
And we're going to have a lot of physical play here.
And that's going east side way, I believe. No, that is going Minutemen way.
And Jordan Price is shoving people away. Remember, he's a junior.
Yeah.
You're not gonna bully me.
Yeah, no doubt. As West gets fouled.
No, he's gonna get called for over the back.
Wow. West gets 2. This is huge. Josiah West and Brandon Kelly both with 2 early fouls to start.
Minutemen, man, they've been getting foul calls going their way a lot this season. But one thing you have to remember, Eastside, this is their ball game. They've been here before many, many times, so the crowd's going to get the ball going their way.
This is huge. Pascal Dodard, sophomore, checks in for Josiah West, and this is you don't see this type of lineup in the game a lot for the Minutemen. It's going to be interesting to see how they gel together.
Right, and it's going to, like we said, there's going to be a lot of new things we haven't seen in a while, and man, I don't even know how to explain it.
This is an interesting lineup. We have probably our first time seeing together this year. As a pass down low.
Good defense, but that's going to be an easy bucket for North Eastside.
21-13, Eastside leads, 5:45 to go. As they have a press going. As Connor, they have nowhere to go with it. And Dodard steps on the line, Eastside way. This is not looking good for the Minutemen. They do not look experienced so far. They don't look... it's hard to explain to see the Minutemen play like this. They never really see it.
Okay.
Corner 3 ball, air ball, that's off the mark. Price with the rebound. And if they want to get buckets, I think Jordan Price is the guy to give the ball to right now.
Oh, sloppy play from the Minutemen. I don't want to see this early on. Shinunu with a 2. And it
falls. Big shot from Abdul Shinunu to quiet down the east side crowd.
The mini J, as they call it.
From the elbow. And a 21-50. I'm sweating. I don't know if it's because of the atmosphere of the game or just because how much I'm yelling.
I don't know, Ben, but I have butterflies. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I feel like I'm playing right now. As Amos kicks it out. 3-point ball. That's off the mark. No box out from Shinunu. And we have a walk call. That's huge. Looked like it was me a foul call, but it's not. James Paul will check in for North East Side.
And this is a scrappy play we're talking about. We keep repeating ourselves, scrappy play. But, I mean, we're going to see it all day.
And this press from the Red Raiders looks, the Minutemen look like they're having trouble. As we have a blocking call on the Raiders. Price driving down the sideline at half court.
That's a big man coming at you. You don't want to get hit with him.
Yeah, and you have I can't stress enough how big it is to have your 2 main seniors on the bench to end this half.
That's a ball. That's going to be one of the way that ball has to move for the Minutemen up top with the guard play. That just shows you Phil Colicchio that he knows what he's going to do.
Absolutely, and the Raiders are in the penalty, so Price will get to the line for 2. So we have Nasir Johnson check back in for the Minutemen. For the Red Raiders, excuse me.
And just like the Minutemen here, the Red Raiders are going to look to do the same thing. They have a short depth lineup of their 6 or 7 guys that they're going to swing out, and that's going to be the lineup for the game.
Yeah, no doubt, that's huge. As Price drills the first one. Jordan Price, a junior, he's got to have a huge game.
He does.
He's got to have a huge game.
If he wants to earn respect and if he wants to be back here for next season, this is something that he's got to do right now.
Yeah, this is his city next year. And both free throws fall for West. For Price, excuse me, I have some butterflies, so it's tough for me.
No doubt.
It's backdoor cut. As Amos has on the wing. His drive on Connor, that falls. He looked like he just took Connor to the hole right there.
Yeah.
Nothing Connor could do about that. That was good defense.
And it's going to be interesting to see how these sophomores have a play in this game. And another tip ball by each side.
Yeah, that press is really getting on the nerves of the Minutemen. They do not have an answer for that.
And they haven't seen this all season in the first half game ever.
Yeah, no, this is definitely something new to them. Amos will look to work on Connor.
Eastside looks to be spotting up threes, and they're going to pick and roll, and they're going to have the open 3 to shoot, and they're going to shoot it every time.
Yeah, Eastside's been solid to start today's game. As Dodard all over! And that is out of bounds. Great defense by Dodard on James Paul. He loses it.
All right, guys, and like I said earlier, I know it's only 3 minutes and 46, but I have to get down to the corner. It's going to take me a little while. So I'm going to go get down, get ready for my interview with Malik Jackson, and I'll see you guys at halftime. Stay tuned, Ben.
All right, Jeremy. Great doing the first half with you. I'll be alone for the last 3 minutes. As we have Paul on the top. Drive. Back out to Paul. His 3. That's no good. Rebound, Abdul Shanunu. It gets taken away from him. And out of bounds. Minutemen recover. 23-17 game with 3:23 to go. This game has been chippy from start to the 3:23 mark all game long. Guys diving on the floor. Nobody wants a state chip. More like the Elizabeth Minutemen and the Newark Eastside Red Raiders. I've never seen a gym like this. I feel like I'm at Madison Square Garden for Game 7 right now. This is a different atmosphere never seen before. As Connor has it on the wing, they've been pressing him all game long. And then Price gets it. Price drive. Kick out to David. No shot from him on the corner. To Dodard. Back to David. Connor, sophomore, will get it on the wing. Interesting defense from Eastside. The Minutemen look like a little bit of a, they look in disarray right now. They don't know what offense to run up as Connor, his pull up. That's off the mark. So we have an over the back call on Dodard, it looks like. And that's big because that will send the Raiders back to the line once again, looking to make it an 8-point lead. Minutemen early foul trouble. This is not what the Minutemen envisioned when they wanted to start this game off. They wanted a big lead. They wanted to get ahead early, but the Red Raiders have done just that. At the line. First free throw. That's good on a 1-and-1, so he will get a second attempt. Good shot of the crowd there. The crowd. Tell me if you can find one piece of the red bleachers in that crowd there. Look at that shot. Can you find any space to sit there? That's why we have so many people standing. Great shot there. As the second one falls, 25-17 game. And once again, Kelly and West on the bench. They're 2 big seniors. They're going to need them back for the second half. That's when they'll check back in. And a great pass to Price, and the foul! Great pass by Abdul Shanunu to Jordan Price. That big man play from the Minutemen. Their passing down in the low post is what they need to win this ball game. They've got to be spot on. As once again, for another state game, we have these fat heads going around, these big stickers of the players, a couple Colicchio ones. as the free throw does not fall for Price. You don't see that often from Price. He's usually spot on from the line. But 25-19 game, 2:30 remaining. As good defense, and we have a double dribble call. Great defense from David and Dodard. And I'm sure Kelly and Wes are dying to check in, but Colicchio knows, and we all know, they've got to sit out for the rest of this half. You got to let these guys battle out because you need them back for the second half. You cannot afford a third foul on either of those guys before we go into halftime. As David around the curl screen. Back to Connor on the top. Good screen by Shinunu. Connor has it to Shinunu for three. That's off the mark. And we have another foul call on the Minutemen. The refs have been blowing the whistles non-stop this first half. Foul looked like on David. The free throw drops. 26-19 game with 1:58 to go. This has been a slow second quarter with all these whistles blowing back and forth by these three refs we have today. They look like they want it to be a scrappy game, but they know when to control the game. You love to see it, but you hate to see it, you know? You want to see a scrappy game. You want to see both teams win it with the way they play, but, you know, if it's going to come down to fouls, then that's what it's going to come down to. 27-19. Connor on the top, guarded by Amos. Connor the drive. Connor going to reset back out to David for three. That's in and out. Followed by Abdul Shinunu. He's been great off the bench for the Minutemen. They need him. If West is going to be in foul trouble, he's the guy to come off the bench and get them those buckets and be great on defense as he's been so far. 27-21. Amos drive to the basket. Good defense by Shinunu. And the follow, 29-21. You never see the Minutemen give up this many points in a first half. This has been something different that we're not used to seeing. And we're just about on the minute mark for the second quarter. As we have Price, drive to the basket by Price. And that's off the mark. And a charge call on Price. I believe that's Price's second. Omar Batts checks in for the Minutemen. So this lineup is definitely an inexperienced lineup. They've never been playing together so far this year. Definitely a different lineup that Colicchio didn't envision seeing in the first half of this ball game. But with all this foul trouble, he has no choice but to look to these guys off the bench. Dodard guarding Paul at the top. He trips up, and Batts recovers. Batts looking to push. Batts pull-up jumper. That's no good. Just rimming out for Batts. 29-21 game, 24 seconds to go. East side will look to hold for one. This crowd is going crazy so far as we have 10 seconds remaining. Drive by Amos. Up and under. That's no good, but rebound. That's no good. And another follow at the buzzer. We'll see if that counts. That does count. So the Newark Eastside Red Raiders have a 10-point lead against the Elizabeth Minutemen to start this first half. It's been a great first half for both sides, but the Minutemen looking like in a little bit of trouble. We'll see you guys back for our halftime interview.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephanie Goncalves and I am the 2019 Elizabeth Board of Education President. This week we have toured schools 1, 2, and 3, and I can't begin to tell you how proud and how amazing all of our schools and all of our students are. With that being said, I have decided to take this tour and name it as You Are One of a Kind. It doesn't matter what size you are, it doesn't matter what race, what nationality, what grade, how big, how small. Each and every one of our students are especially one of a kind. I'm looking forward to keep on going and visiting all of our schools, and I hope to see you soon. Welcome to School 2, where owls lead the way. Thank you, girls. Great job today, okay? Pause for that. That's pretty good. So as your wonderful principal says, my name is Stephanie Goncalves. I am this year's Board of Education President, and I have been on the Board of Education. This is going to be my 4th year. 4 years, right? That's a little bit of time, right? And we just keep learning something new each and every single day.
To the halftime show, a great game we have so far between the Elizabeth Minutemen and the Newark Eastside Red Raiders. I'm here accompanied by my former Minutemen hoops player and TOC champion Malik Jackson and current board member Maria Cavallo. Thank you guys for being on the show today.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Malik, a former player from you've seen the done pass. This is what it's about. It's been down for a couple years. Finally got back to it. How does it feel to come back as an alumni now and to see what Coach Phil Colicchio's done and to see the Dun Pact again?
Well, it feels great. I've always been a supporter. Even in our downtime, I was a supporter of Elizabeth High School sports. But to see the Dun Pact like this remind me of 1989, 1990 when we packed the place for an ESPN aired it for the first time. So it's a humbling and great feeling.
No doubt, no doubt. And you mentioned 1990, the iconic TOC year when you hit that big shot to send the Minutemen to become a TOC champion. How does that feel to see now that we're here again to another opportunity at that shot?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm waiting for the opportunity for someone else to go out there and make that same contribution to every as far as to win the TOC. So, but we got to get past this tough Eastside team first.
Thank you. Yeah, of course. And Board Member Carvalho, you've been with the public school system now for a while now, and like you said, in our down years, we didn't have a packed house like we do now. How does it feel to see a packed house in Dunn Center again?
Oh, this is beautiful to see everyone come home and bring it all full circle again. As a 1990 graduate, I want to see another sign be put up right next to our championship sign, and I'm so proud to be here with so many of us who graduated in 89 and 90. We're all here supporting our team, and we're going to bring this home. We are.
Yeah. And that's what you said, home. This is what it is. This is what the Dunn Center is. It's home to a lot of our alumni, a lot of people who have graduated in the past years. And as you see, this place is mainly packed with alumni. Doesn't that feel good? All right, guys, I'm going to try to kick it back up to Ben now as he has an interview. Be sure to stay tuned after the half. Thank you, guys.
Good job. That's a good job. Huh?
Thank you.
Hey, listen, see that gentleman in the blue suit? Yeah. He's actually for Channel 2 News, Otis Livingston. So you may want to go see him.
And I'm joined here with the former mascot of the Elizabeth Minutemen, Councilwoman Patricia Perkins Auguste. How does it feel to be here in the house tonight, Patricia?
Oh, I love this house. I love Elizabeth. I love Elizabeth boys, basketball, football, soccer, you name it. I am the true living mascot. Back in 1980, class president, we had some great times here in the Dunn Sports Center, and I'm glad to see that the city came out, the community came out to support our Cinderella team. So I'm just hoping the second half it will be less refereeing, less plays plays being called, and just let the kids play. Let them play out the game. And they're all winners in my sight at this point. Elizabeth made it to this level from last year's schedule, the schedule before that, because of a great coaching team, Coach Kalicchio and his team, and the boys really playing with heart. EHS, always in my heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, guys, and a halftime report here. The Minutemen have been playing a little bit of sloppy ball to start the half here, but now in the second half, as they draw up more plays, we want to see them more, and we want to see whether Kalicchio can draw up here. Now up to Ben, as he has anywhere up there. Right up to you, Ben.
Champions back to back.
All right, who's next?
Of their group, Mr. PJ Watkins. Hello, Mr. Watkins. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
All right. A couple of quick questions for you. What do you see that resembles that '89 championship team and this team you've got to watch so far today?
That's an easy question. Coaching. Phil Kalicchio came onto the coaching staff my senior year in '89. So what I'm seeing is a younger Benny Canalino. So when I see the sets, the way the team plays, hungry, tough, passion, that comes from coaching. And that's what we played with back in '89, and that's also what's made us successful back then.
No doubt. And if this name sounds familiar to you, this is father of basketball player on the team right now, DJ Watkins. What's it like seeing your son, DJ, play on such a big stage like this that you once played on?
Oh, man. I actually had a moment earlier. I know what's going through his head because I was once there. And, you know, I kept it consistent as far as what I tell him each and every game. And that's two things. Play hard, have fun. It's basketball. You've been doing it since you've been 6 years old. Just go out there and play. You know, me bringing them back to Elizabeth under Phil Kalicchio, you know, was I think there's no need to question whether or not that was a good move. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm glad that he's a part of this special season, and it's truly, truly special. I know for me personally, I didn't expect this, you know, and win or lose tonight, I think this team overachieved. Obviously, I would like for them to come out on the winning side, but if they don't, you know what, there's nothing to hang your head up over because I think, again, if you was to take a consensus throughout the city of Elizabeth and they ask you, did you expect this team to be where they're at this year? I think unanimously, it'll be, no, we didn't expect this. So, you know, I'm a proud alum. I'm glad to see the Dunn Center rocking. It's electrifying the way it was back when I played. And, you know, hopefully we get a better second half production. The foul trouble hurt us, but I think we'll be fine. The guys settle down. They'll be fine.
Of course, of course. And that is it for our halftime show. Thank you, Mr. Watkins, for joining us. We'll be right back.
And we are back for some second half action as Newark Eastside will start. And Josiah West and Brendan Kelly have both checked back in for the Minutemen to start the second half. That's huge for them. As drive by Amos, his finish is good. Eastside takes a 12-point lead.
And what a halftime report that was from both of us, Ben. Wasn't that great?
Yeah, that was something. Interviewing Mr. Watkins and Mr. Jackson, that was a pleasure interviewing such storied players like that.
Definitely. And Malik Jackson, I have to lot to know about the town. I even got to catch up with board president Malavia Carvalho, and that was just a lot of fun to do that.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know, but Mr. Watkins, and we have a foul call underneath. Mr. Watkins is father of DJ Watkins.
Yeah, definitely. He's been a quarterback for the league before, for the school, and he's here now.
He played on the basketball team. That was his as a steal, but that goes out of bounds. 33-21. The Minutemen we haven't seen them look like how they've looked so far here. It's been interesting to see them play like this.
Definitely.
As down little Price, that gets tipped, but goes to Kelly. Kelly will run the offense back up on the top. Down little West. West is drive. That's off the mark. And Eastside Red Raiders recover. And the Minutemen don't look like they have a fluid offense working for them at all.
No, Ben. I didn't even know the score was 33-21. I'm getting messages on my phone left and right, pictures of me and stuff, and it's just overwhelming right now.
Yeah, it's been a deep three. That is off the mark. Rebound Kelly. The Minutemen have got to pick it up now if they want a chance. They cannot wait till too late in this game. This is a totally different team that they're used to playing. As Watkins on the corner, his drive. That's off the mark, followed by West. Great follow by West, as he's got to be huge off the bench.
Absolutely. And guys, we're joined now by a former Elizabeth graduate, someone who's been to the games before. He graduated in '88, saw the big-time banners. He's been on a lot of stuff like The Voice, the NBC show La Voz on Telemundo, and we're joined here today by Manny Cabo. How's it going, Manny?
Great, man. It's good to be here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Brings back great memories.
Absolutely, absolutely. How does it feel to be back in the dome when it's just so packed again?
No, it's amazing. You know, I remember graduating here. I don't want to say what year because that'll give me away, but, you know, we used to have pterodactyls running around back then. But, yeah, man, we got some banners here. I contributed. We won the state champions when I played baseball under Ray Korn back in the day, watching conference. So it's good to come back and just revisit and support the school, support the team, support the whole vibe, man. It never changes.
Yeah, and like we've been talking about a lot today, this place is packed, and I haven't seen the dome packed in a long time.
I was going to get popcorn. I'm like, that's not happening. The lady next to me took it like a half hour.
Yeah, no, but this place is absolutely packed. I mean, at halftime, they opened the doors just a little bit, and thousands of people just ran in.
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy.
It was crazy, but that's the type of game we have. Manny, how does it feel to go back from '88, those years you've been here, where it was packed every game, no matter what sport it was, football, basketball, baseball, all the three major sports, and to come back in 2019 as an alumni now, how does it feel to be back here again?
I tell you what, man, there's a lot of pride here because it seems like I never left, and it's always great to see the community pulling behind these kids, man, because I remember we used to be out here day in and day out, 5 o'clock in the morning, doing our laps, running, doing our drills, and it's great to see people reciprocating and supporting you guys. I mean, it's absolutely, it's like pandemonium here.
Yeah.
They're not even sitting, they're standing up, and it just brings back some great memories.
Yeah,
it really
definitely
does.
Absolutely.
And the key word that you say, everyone's coming back home. Home seems to be the key word going around tonight.
Home's where the heart is, man.
And how does this place feel home to you?
It's always been home for me. I mean, I've been here for over 40 years. You know, it's provided for me sustenance-wise, fan base-wise. I've made a name for myself, and I'm trying to bring that back. I'm trying to put Elizabeth back on the map just in sports.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm not even paying attention. I'm just watching the game. So
it's been a great game.
But yeah, I'm trying to just put Elizabeth back on the map. It was great doing things on The Voice and bring it back working with the Puerto Rican Alliance. There's a lot of things that I'm planning. I'm heading back to Miami the 31st to go tape because now we're live. So you guys got to watch me now live on La Voz. And I'm going to be back here to do some great things. And like I said, bring back the el sabor y el poder aquí en la ciudad. You know, it's going to be great.
Right, great drive there. Almost tipped by Josiah West.
Looked like it.
But this Eastside team's coming out really strong in the second half, Ben.
Yeah, definitely. And Manny, what's it like watching this Minutemen team? Do they have any similarities from the team you used to watch back then?
You know,
as Jordan
I got to tell you, though, we were a little bit taller, man. Coming back, we had forwards that were, 6'11". We had Luther Wright.
Right.
We had a dynamic team. Not that these guys aren't, but a little bit shorter, surprisingly enough. But I got to tell you, these guys are quick, and I got faith in them. They're going to come back. I've seen them come back from a few, ill moments. But we got some time. We got over, I don't know, 15 minutes left?
Yeah, definitely.
We got more than ample time to come back now.
Yeah, these guys are short, but they definitely have a hunger that we haven't seen from any other Minutemen team in a long time.
Hey, listen, they're doing something right, 26-1. So, I mean, they got some heart, which
Something
is
has to
sometimes you can't teach passion, man. You can't teach heart. So that's one of the things
great fight there by Josiah West. It's going to be Minutemen ball again. But a lot of things we heard from, former alumni that we talked to.
Right.
It's the heart and the passion and the desire that this team has that those teams back then had. Do you see any similarities in that?
They do. I think like anything else, all the sports have evolutionized. Guys are faster. They're a little bit more lean.
Yes,
they've got a lot more endurance. But still, at the end of the game, man, it's how much passion, how much heart,
Right.
And I always make that, because you can't, and I'll repeat that, you can't teach passion.
That's
You could be down by 10, but if you got to take one game at a time,
Right.
and not go back in time a little bit. I'm a big Yankee fan.
Right.
When we lost to the Red Sox, I took my hat off to them because they beat us one game at a time. So the problem with a lot of athletes and a lot of teams, it's like they focus on what happens next week. These guys are worried about who's winning this game to play on Wednesday. You got to win this game first.
Right.
And you got to play like a team, and it's a collective effort. And being an athlete all my life, man, we're all in this together, especially in a situation like this where, you got to really hang in there. These are pressure cooking moments. And if you can't do it now, then don't expect to advance. You got to handle the pressure, but handle it together.
We talked about a lot about this is just every other game you played this season. It's just playing with a little more atmosphere here,
Right.
but it's take it one step at a time, like you said, and it's being played. It has to be played like any other game you played this season.
Absolutely. And it's funny, I still got friends here all over the
great
place.
block.
It's a great turnover here.
Right.
And everyone's telling me, man, you got to come back. The Minutemen are on fire right now. You got to come back. So I promised myself the last two games.
And this place is going nuts as they cut the lead to 4. Timeout called by the Red Raiders.
Smart timeout, I tell you that right now.
Well, oh my, this is insane.
Yeah, you know what's great too? I've seen you guys here. Like, we didn't have this back in the day. We didn't have guys in the booth transmitting stuff, and everything's.
Sorry if we can't hear you, Manny. This place is.
Listen, it don't matter. I can't hear myself, so it doesn't matter at all. And
This place is going
I'm used
great.
to it.
My God, look at this place. Like you said, pandemonium. And it's absolutely, you have nowhere to sit. You have to stand, Manny. I don't even know if you're going to get back down to your seat.
And it doesn't matter. I can hang out with you guys all night, man. I got the best seat in hell. I see everything, man. I don't have to look over my shoulder, look over my neck, see who's down court. No, this is great, man.
And little by little, the Minutemen chipping at the lead. And earlier this season, they've had 2 occasions where they've been down by 10 with under 3 minutes left. So this team, they're the comeback kids all season long.
Yeah, they are.
And Manny, like you said before, you haven't been here all season because you've been doing stuff for the city, trying to bring stuff back to the city.
Right.
And what gave you that push to come back and watch a Minutemen game?
You know what it is, man? It's the energy in this place. Basketball and sports, it's what keeps this city alive, and especially with the support, the surrounding people, the council people, everyone's doing their jobs, and it's good to see that unity. And I'd like to see more unity. But one of the things I'd like to come back and incorporate a lot more of the arts. What you guys are doing. That's what I am. I'm a professional fashion photographer. I got my pictures hung up in Times Square. It means nothing and nobody knows it exists.
Right.
So it's like you have all this talent here and the youth, and I want to make sure that we're recognized for that stuff because we all know we're great at sports.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to bring back some of the little bit of power into the media realms of the scholastic endeavors of these kids, man. Give them an outlet.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely been an honor to be able to broadcast these state playoffs. I'm sure people at home love to listen in if they can't catch this game, and if they can even get into the game with how many people are here today.
Absolutely. And this doesn't look okay. No, we're doing pretty good, man. And it seems to me like I think we got a chance. You're down by 4, considering we've been down by 10 consistently throughout the whole game. But these are the games you want to see. If it's a blowout, it's really not that fun. Well, for the winning team anyway.
But this is the championship game you want to see. This is back and forth action.
Right.
And it's just great to be a part of, and just to be eyewitness history today.
Well, back in the day, we had videotapes. Now we got MacBook Pros all over the place.
And here we go. A fast break push from Kelly in the Minutemen. Kelly's going to get the ball now. He's going to call for a screen. Price is going to give it to him.
Yep.
This shot says Jordan Price! And he misses the 3. Eastside's going to come down with the ball. No! And it's going to be Eastside ball.
Man, this place would have gone nuts if he drilled that 3.
Absolutely.
Jordan Price been making big shots all year for the Minutemen, so it's nothing new.
I think the game would be close. You got to remember we had 2 of their main guys sitting down the first half for unnecessary fouls, so this game could be a lot closer. And I got to tell you, we're pretty fortunate we're only down by 4 at this point.
Yeah, and ever since those 2 guys checked back in, it seemed like a whole different Minutemen team. As we have a foul call.
Going up.
It looked like he went straight up there.
And Cy West, he's getting a lot of fouls called against him. He knows he has to be careful with his foul trouble here, because if he gives up too many fouls, he's going to eventually get pulled out of the game, and there's going to be nothing he could do.
Yeah, and I'm no coach, but it would be nice to see Cy West stay out for the rest of this third quarter and get him ready for the fourth.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Abdul Shanunu was great checking in for him as the first free throw's off.
But that's the depth we've been talking about, Ben, all season, about having depth in your lineup to be able to do things like this. When you have somebody in foul trouble, to be able to bring a guy up off the bench just like him as equal or even better.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go Instagram Live because I definitely want to capture you guys and introduce you guys to my fans. You can keep doing what you're doing as well, because I think this is the advent of technology, that you can come up here and do stuff like this, you know?
Definitely. As Connor has it on the top, he's being ball hawked by Amos, and we have a foul call.
Wait.
You can take my microphone off, that's cool.
Yeah, no doubt, guys. That's Manny Cabo again. If you're just tuning in with us, hometown hero here, as they would call him. He's been on The Voice and La Voz and all that stuff, and doing a lot of stuff for the community, as we've seen a lot of people doing this season. Great shot by Jordan Price.
And it is a one-possession game. What a fight by these Minutemen.
Absolutely, and this is the fight we've been talking about out of the locker room. We're building plays, making things happen, playing scrappy defense, coming out and playing with a trap. What do you like what you see out here in the half, Ben?
Yeah, definitely. Ever since they has a great take to the basket, ever since the Minutemen have gone to this press, they're getting more ball pressure, they're getting more balls on the floor that they can go get, dirty plays.
Right.
So, and that's what you need to win. No X's and O's in a game like this.
Absolutely not. And it's the scrappiness we talked about all season. You have to have that desire. You have to have that want. Cy West is going to get fouled going up.
Wow, if that would have been a charge call, that would have been something. Picking up his fourth, but it is not. So Josiah West will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, I just don't know what the Minutemen can do, what they could draw up here. It's definitely been, they definitely held the Red Raiders to a third quarter, low-scoring third quarter for the Red Raiders here. The Minutemen playing more trap defense off the jump.
As West misses the first one, he's got to hit those. As we have a sub.
Ben, my heart's racing here.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's only the third quarter, and I'm getting goosebumps as Josiah West knocks down the second, and it's a 4-point game with 1:33 remaining. Every third quarter flies by in these games.
I don't know.
As they break the trap easily.
Oh,
as that is.
He heard footsteps as
yeah,
they
he
said.
got scared there, definitely. He definitely heard the footsteps there. That would have been an easy layup.
Absolutely.
Just checking in David Oleani.
And whose ball we're going to have here, I don't know.
I believe Red Raiders. But
I don't know. I don't know if it was a jump ball call or just decided
I think a foul.
Call.
So it is Minutemen ball. They're looking to make it a one-possession game.
Yet again, Ben.
Wow, this is a game.
And if the Minutemen win here, they're going to go on, or if either team wins here, they're going to play next Wednesday. Is that right?
Next Wednesday, I believe so. Yes, that is a long time from now. If it is next Wednesday, we'll get an answer on that, though. Connor from the wing. That's off the mark. Rebound by West. And West pass tipped away.
And that's going to be a great drive. We're going to have a goaltending call here by West that he's just going to get caught up in the net. Man, wasn't that a great drive?
Yes, that was an excellent drive. They needed that. It is a 6-point game now. And now the possessions start getting more important for the Minutemen.
Starting to get heavy here, guys.
Yeah, no
I don't
doubt.
know. Sorry, I took a little break to go Instagram Live, and I think I missed something crucial here.
Yeah.
What happened? Were we just down by 4?
Yeah, well, I mean, they just a couple great drives, a couple great press breaks. Oh, a 3 by Jordan Price. Oh, in and out. DJ Watkins with and he's going to get fouled going up as he gets the rebound.
Got to be aggressive underneath, man. Goes to show you.
They've definitely been scrappier down low to start this second half.
And Manny, look at this. Yes. Standing room only. I haven't seen this in a long time.
You know,
maybe
I guess I brought the energy. I brought the energy, man. That's good. I brought the old school energy. This is great.
Yeah. But definitely, I've talked to a lot of people, and the key word for them, like I said before, has been home. Dunn Center's at home to a lot of people here. And it just really brings the community together.
It does. And you know what I noticed, man? All my friends, man, they're either police officers or council people, or they're still coaching. And it's just great to see that they're just staying here, giving back to the community, giving back to these kids. Because you got to remember, man, the kids are our future. You know, these are our future leaders, our future NBA stars, our future, you know, whatever the case may be. So it's good to have that staying within the same realm and keeping everybody close.
Yeah, and Manny, any guys you got to catch back up with since you've made your return?
I got to
back
tell
here?
you, man, I have not. I've been back and forth. This is the first time I've actually been able to get some time to sit down and even enjoy a little bit of leisure activity, man, but not anyone in particular. You know, I spend my days at the Magic Fountain with my dear friend Barbara.
Oh, and that roll for Connor. That was huge with 10 seconds remaining. 42-38 game. You cannot hear anything in this gym right now.
You really can't. You really can't, and this is crunch time right now.
And a trap down low. That's off the mark. And that will end our third quarter of play. Excellent third quarter of play for the Minutemen as they inch their way back into this game.
All right, man. That was a great. Thank you, Manny Cabo. It's been a pleasure to have you up here and ask you a couple questions for this interview.
Thank you so much.
Just thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys. Listen, keep up the great work. This is fantastic. Thanks for bringing back some amazing memories for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Killer.
And we are back for your fourth quarter of action in this North 2 Group 4 state championship game. And great third quarter by the Minutemen getting themselves back into it.
As it was, Ben, a lot of good things drawn up after half for the Minutemen, as we talked about, and it's just going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here in the fourth quarter.
And we have a foul call down low. Man, these refs have been blowing that whistle left and right.
And we've talked about this a lot, Ben. Man, it's been a first half team for the Ray Raiders, as they're going to get all their points in the first half, but they're going to be shut down in the third quarter here a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And the Minutemen have got to keep that tempo up that they had in that third quarter if they want to get that lead going. As the first free throw is off the mark, I'm pretty sure the crowd had a play in that.
Right. And that's what we talked about.
Man, look at that camera angle behind the hoop. All those people just standing here, couldn't find a seat. This is crazy. Second free throw falls, and we have a 5-point game. Minutemen look to draw up their offense here, as Kelly has it on the top.
And I'm trying to get an answer for you guys to see when the next game will be played right here in the Dunn Center, but I thought I heard Wednesday of next week.
And no foul called, but now there's a foul call. Looks like on Kelly, that's his third.
And this is going to be something.
I've never seen so many foul calls in a game.
Absolutely.
This is ridiculous. Amos will get the ball.
Wow. Tensions are flaring here. Everyone's off their seat.
And he loses it. And it's on the floor. West picks it up. West to the basket.
And he's going to get fouled. Wow,
that's the defense you need to see if the Minutemen want a chance.
Absolutely. I thought someone was going to get absolutely demolished there at the rim, but...
Yeah, too many guys there for Sia to dunk. We would have loved to see one, though, of course.
Absolutely. This crowd are absolutely going nuts.
It's just Sia West going up for his first free throw. That's good. He's got to make these free throws as he's been pretty good at the line so far today. You know, he's been a little streaky as the seasons went along, but it's definitely improved from that first game.
Definitely something he's been worked on. And I was on the floor for pregame shoot around here around 5 o'clock, and Coach Colicchio was like, hey, Saya, you got to go to the line and you got to throw up some free throws because that's what's going to help this team
practicing, and you love to see as Amos breaks out of the trap easily. And his drive to the basket. Another foul call. Wow, every time North Eastside comes down the floor, it's been a foul call.
And you got to be careful here if you're a Minuteman. You can't have too many fouls, and you can't let the refs get into your head, players, because it's just going to cause another technical or maybe a couple free throws.
Yeah, and you definitely can't get into penalty early because any little foul will result in free throws.
Right. Here we go here as we're going to hear it earful from the crowd. Anna's going to shot up the free throw, and it's going to drain.
Yeah, the Minutemen, seems like every time they get themselves back into the game, Newark Eastside has that answer when it becomes a one-possession game.
Absolutely.
Is Amos' second free throw. He's been solid at the point guard position. That's off. West, and we have an over-the-back call on, looks like, Micah Johnson. And yes, Micah Johnson will get called for that foul. And they're in the bonus with 7 minutes remaining. That is huge for the Minutemen.
Absolutely.
Already in the bonus with 7 minutes remaining. They've got to hit their free throws down the stretch. They got to get to the line.
And this is going to be a crucial point of the game right now.
As West will come to the line, hit both of his free throws last time up. He's got to do the same. His first free throw is off the mark and a 1-on-1. So Eastside will get the ball.
Phil Colicchio is going to give the referee a little bit of an earful here as he thought he saw a walk call. I did too, but maybe that's just because my team's on the court.
And that's off the mark. Rebound by West.
The Minutemen have been doing a great job of boxing out and when the shot's been put up. I think that's going to be a big factor here in the second half here.
Out to Watkins. Watkins' drive gets cut off. Price for three. No good. And ball's on the floor, but Eastside will get it.
Oh, it's going to be stolen by Elizabeth.
And we have a
what?
A charge call. That was an interesting call. Wow. A charge call on Jordan Price.
Both teams are really amped up, coming out of the bench, coming off to the floor.
And that is Jordan Price's fourth foul. Wow.
That's going to be a big factor.
Huge.
That's going to be a big factor, Ben.
As him, West has three, Kelly has three. Minutemen looking like in a little bit of trouble right now, but they're still in the game, down by 4 with 6:30 remaining as we have a timeout call.
And Ben, this is going to be one heck of a final stretch here. One heck of a final stretch.
Yes, definitely. It's going to be interesting.
Man, it's been one heck. Wow, I keep repeating myself, but I'm truly speechless like everyone we talked to today, Ben. This is something spectacular.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm getting texts left and right of people that I've never thought would even tune into a basketball game. All tuned into this game if they couldn't make it to this game. This packed house, and nobody even looks like they're ready to go home. Yeah. They're all so excited for this final stretch.
Like I said, Ben, everybody wants to be able to say, listen, I witnessed history, no matter if I was there at Dunn Center, I was watching the live with Jeremy and Ben broadcasting it, which they did a fantastic job, by the way. But they all want to be a part of it, and this is what we do, guys. We bring this to you just so you can be a part of history.
Yes, definitely. If you can't make out to this game, we would at least want you to listen, and you could obviously watch too. So it's like you're already here.
Yeah.
You might not hear how many people are here because we could barely hear.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a special shout out. All postseason run, you know, we have our guys that are able to put this together. Our guys in the athletic director, our guys in the board secretaries, all those board members that have been pushing for this, and then we finally got it.
Yeah, definitely, and it's really been an honor to be able to do this.
Absolutely, 100%. Win or lose here, it's been one heck of an honor.
As the Red Raiders will start it up. So Abdul Shanunu checked in for Jordan Price with his 4 fouls as drive to the basket. Great defense by Shanunu as Josiah West gets the rebound. That was amazing hands-up defense by Shanunu.
And I'm not going to count anybody out here. And it's going to be one final stretch we're going to see here, and it's going to be amazing to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
So
as Watkins the drive, that's off the mark. He gets his rebound back. Kelly for 3. No good. As the tip is good by Josiah West. and we have a 2-point ball game with 5:45 remaining, and this crowd is getting into it.
Absolutely, Ben. And this is, wow. I'm just like I said,
I'm in a loss of words too. And a dunk, the answer by the Red Raiders.
That's going to shut down a little Minutemen a little
That
bit.
was Denzel Small.
But they have to answer back. They cannot let those little plays affect them. They have to answer back with a big play here.
Yes, definitely. They must, as Kelly will get the switch off the screen, looking to find West. West gets it.
He's going to get
West
fouled.
gets fouled.
This is like, Ben, this is going to be one of the crucial points of the game. You got to sink your free throws here no matter what you do.
Yes, Josiah West, he's been practicing for free throws for moments like this. His state championship game, he does not want to go home. He wants to play more. He's not ready to leave his high school career like this.
Absolutely not. It's been such a promising year for him, such a promising year for Price, for Kelly, the transfer playing 1 year here. It's just going to be a shame to see these guys go home, and you know what? They're not going to. They're going to win this game, and they're going to move on.
Yeah,
that's the mentality they have to have.
For guys like Watkins and Kelly, they came to this Minutemen team for moments like this. Those two teams that they were on last year are not even in the race anymore.
Right.
They would have been home right now. They would have been watching this broadcast.
Yeah. And that's what happens. They want to all be a part of history. I'm going to keep saying it. Everyone wants to be a part of history, as they are right now. Elizabeth's finally back, Ben. And this is not the end of it. We're going to see more of it to come.
Win or lose, they've been awesome all year, and we've been so happy to see these guys fight.
Coach Quad Taylor, former coach of the Minutemen, actually on the sideline right now. He's going to get stepped out. 21's going to get stepped out.
Great
baseline here, so it's going to go the Minutemen way.
Great defense by the Minutemen, as it is a one-possession game, and they're looking to chip at this lead more and more each time they come up the floor. They've had a different fire in the second half.
Absolutely. This is the fire we've been looking for. This is the fire
Connor, great move by Connor, as Kelly gets it on the top.
And just as much as nobody on the Minutemen team wants to go home, nobody on the Newark Eastside team wants to go home. They have a great 3 years. They want to put an end to it.
Kelly for three! It's a tie game! Oh my God! The Dunn Sports Center is going crazy!
And the benches, get up, fans! Get up! We're tied now!
And a ball! Shanunu! Oh my God! I've never seen a gym like this in my life!
And this, everyone's jumping. Someone's gonna fall and get hurt. But we're gonna have a ball here.
Pee-wee's ready to shut this gym down. He does not want to be security guard right now. And the defense chants. The phones are out. Oh my goodness. This is insane. Insanity at the Dunn Sports Center. If you're not in Elizabeth, New Jersey right now, you're not anywhere.
Absolutely not. Now, I don't know. I'm with the fans now, Ben.
And a trap on the corner, pull-up jumper. That's good to quiet down the crowd.
Ben,
tough shot.
Ben, I don't know if you can hear me, but I made my way down to where the fans are, and it's just absolutely nuts. Ben, can you hear me up there?
Jeremy, you have to repeat that. I can't hear anything.
I know, Ben. I'm going to try to make my way back up there, but it's absolutely loud out here.
Yes, as Watkins with the drive to Abdul Shanunu. His jumper is good, and we're back at a tie ball game with 3:30 remaining. Timeout called by the Minutemen. Wow, wow, and wow again.
This is just unbelievable, man. I'm back in the booth now. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. The fans are going wild. Everything's happening. You can see us right now where we're at on the booth. Thanks.
That's us right there. If you can see my finger.
Go.
Okay, they didn't like that shot, so they're going to change it. They did not like that shot of me.
It's just nuts here, Ben. I was down in the crowd for a little bit as I got swarmed on my headset. And wow, is that something different out there?
Yes, and wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see where we're at right now, but it's just absolutely crazy. We have all these fans in front of us as they're talking to us. They're taking pictures of us. And wow, it's just speechless, like I said.
I'm in a loss of words right now. Never thought I would commentate a game like this. And we said it. Oh, look at us. Look,
there we are.
Us.
Special shout out to our guys,
I'm
Omar.
going to move. There I am.
Yeah, special shout out to our guys, Omar and Jason
Great shot. And they're going just as crazy as we are up here.
Absolutely.
They love this. They're loving it.
Listen, everyone's a part of this now. You don't want to go home because this process has just been so fun.
Yes, definitely. And what would it be like to see the Minutemen get out of their group as champions? That would be amazing. As Paul with the jumper, that's off the mark. Kelly rebounds, and the Minutemen are looking to take the lead on this possession. Kelly off the screen. He gets the mismatch he wants. He's going to kick it out to Connor. Back to Kelly. He's wide open for three! Off the mark. Watkins.
And there it is.
Everyone's on the ground.
The diving. That's the diving we've been talking about, Ben. You got to fight for that ball. All matters necessary.
It looked like a loose ball foul there on the Red Raiders, but no call. It looked like a loose ball foul over on Watkins. As we have 3:01 remaining in a tie ball game. And Jeremy, I'm not even going to act like I'm surprised they came back because they've been doing this all year.
No,
this is nothing new to us.
This is nothing new to us, Ben, but you know what? This is something that no matter, every time you win this, it's just going to be, the fans are going to go crazy. We're going to go crazy because it's just so fun to watch.
Yeah, and Jeremy, check out Brandon Kelly's defense right now, Anos Amos. They know he's the guy that wants the ball as the drive. He's going to bobble it, and Price is all over that on Paul.
We're going to have a wide open three here. It's going to look like tipped by West. You got to grab that ball, DJ.
And no tip call. No tip call. What a play. Oh, what was the call? And they say it was tipped, and West does not look like a fan of that call. He knows he did not touch that ball. And looked like a great shot contest.
And here we're going to have a stack play here on the inbound play. They're going to run. They're going to get trapped there on the corner. You got to get out of the corner. We're going to have a timeout call here by Eastside. But Ben, what third and fourth quarter we've been having here?
What did we say in the first half? The Elizabeth Minutemen did not look like they knew what they're doing. They looked like they were in disarray. Kelly and West, those veterans of the team,
right, no doubt,
back in, and now.
Right, and they got to be careful with foul trouble here. They have to be careful with foul trouble. Friends, we're going to take a short water break as we are parched.
A lot of water, a lot.
We're back after that very much needed water break, but we're here.
My water break just started. I am not done. I'm going to be drinking water for the next 2:36.
We're here now with the man who's been with us all season, been able to put this on for us. Omar, welcome back to the Dun. Isn't this a great game?
Thank you, guys. This game has been super exciting, a lot of emotion, unbelievable.
Yes.
Everyone's on their feet here. Look at there, you see there, nowhere to sit. You're going to see the many fans behind you there in your back of the screen now.
Definitely a no-seater game for sure.
No
doubt. And a great screen. And West jumps over him, but a travel. Wait, travel call?
Here?
We have a foul call on West. West looks like he just airborne. He looked like he jumped right over him.
But it's going to be over the back call. He's going to say, but I mean, West has to be careful here. He cannot get a technical call.
Yes, and it looked like West just totally jumped over him. I mean, that was interesting as him and Price both have 4. Both those big men with 4 fouls. That is huge. I don't know about that call. It looked like West just jumped right over him.
Right.
As we have Connor, great on-ball defense on Paul. We're looking for the 5-second call. He does not get it. The Minutemen crowd is into this. Amos gets the ball. This is the guy they want with it. He finally gets the ball after Kelly's been ball hawking him all fourth. Defense chance. Here they come.
The Minutemen, 2 minutes winding down now. Eastside's going to look to hold the ball as much as possible. You got to step up and get a 5-second call. Eastside's going to look to pick here too.
Oh my God! I want to sit, but I can't. As the drive kick out, and he has nowhere to go. And we have another timeout call by the Red Raiders. This game is absolutely insane. 1:40 to go, tie game.
The big men have to be careful here. They can't give up a foul. It's going to hurt the team as much as anything. They cannot give up a foul here, Ben. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, the foul trouble has definitely been a problem for the Minutemen as they have Price and West both with 4 fouls. So they got to be careful. I know the refs have been looking to blow the whistle a lot so far in the second half and the first half, but they got to stay away from it as much as they want to.
Ben, this crowd, if Minutemen pull out a win here, which they should, they have all the momentum on their way, but if they pull out a win here, this crowd is going to storm the
field. Jeremy, do you think we leave a minute early to get out the stadium, or do we wait about 45 minutes to get out?
45 minutes, that's an understatement. We're going to have to wait about an hour to 2 hours here to get out of the stadium.
Yeah, there's no way we're going to get out right away.
But we're not going anywhere after. We're gonna get post-game interviews. We're gonna get all that. We're gonna have a post-game show, and we're gonna get the fullest extent here of what we could do on the court after this championship.
Win
game.
or lose, we will get that to you. We'd love to see a win from the Minutemen as Amos gets the ball. My heart is racing just as much as those players' hearts are racing right now.
But, man, wouldn't I love to be out on the court right now? I love this big-time limelight, as should as all the Minutemen players right now. You got to step up here and get a 5-second call.
Yes, the Red Raiders looking. They want to hold the ball out, and they're going to try to do that. West, hard for him to really press up with those 4 fouls. Doesn't want to get called for a reach.
We're going to come under a minute here. Minute and 15 seconds. We got to get a stop. We got to get the ball on that side.
I see what they're trying to do. They're running the clock, right? So
yes, and he loses it. And the Minutemen have it. What's the call?
Minutemen ball!
Wow!
Minutemen are going to have the ball!
Great defense!
1 minute and 6 seconds left. The Minutemen are going to have the ball. A little bit of the late call there. We thought we saw a timeout. We thought we saw a jump ball, but it's going to be Minutemen ball.
Tie game, Minutemen with the basketball. I'm in shock at what's going on right now. Can't really put my words together. I'm going to try my best, though. I'm a commentator. I think I can do it.
And here we go, guys. Counting down under a minute here. Alfred's here, kind of dribbling the ball. He's going to get trapped as he dishes out to DJ. He's going to miss a wide open Sia West.
As Brennan Kelly will hold it. They're looking to run some clock. Winding up on 40 seconds. He gets the switch. As Connor gets it. Oh,
my God.
Thank you for finishing my sentence. There's no way I was going to. As Connor to West. West. No foul. Call. Walk. Oh, West cannot lose his emotions here. That was an interesting call. As we have 30 seconds remaining. Wow.
30 seconds here. You got to get the ball back into the Minutemen, or you got to play great defense to take this team into overtime.
Yeah, definitely. That was an interesting walk call. As we have a trap at the top. Connor guarding up. We're rounding up on 15 seconds. This is a game.
Emotions are high.
As Paul's the one with the ball here. Corner. We have another timeout call with 7 and 6/10 seconds remaining.
Ben, take it away from me here. We need another water break. And we're back with 7 seconds left on the clock. The Red Raiders are going to call a timeout here. We're up in the booth going absolutely wild, as so are these fans. And wow, Ben, what a game it has been.
Tough start for the Minutemen, but they definitely redeemed themselves, getting themselves back into the game. And here we go. Nothing more to say.
But these are the big-time moments we've wanted. The crowd is going to get on their seat. The bench is telling everybody, get up right now, because it's going to be the final play of the game, and we've got to see how it ends up.
And how crucial is that Minutemen?
Everyone is staying right now.
It's the final play of regulation, and if a shot falls here, my God, you better stand back, Omar.
As here we go, and a timeout call by the Minutemen. It looked like Colicchio wanted to see what kind of offensive set that the Red Raiders were in.
Great coaching there by Colicchio. He's going to take his time. He's not trying to rush anything. He's been in his big-time moments here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not happy with that timeout call. Now I gotta have my heart racing just as much as I was before that.
I mean, this game just needs to be over already because my heart is coming out of my chest, as I would say.
I need a full court thrown up by the Minutemen. Wow. I don't know how many times I said wow in this fourth quarter. We'll definitely get underdog on a stat check. How many times I said wow, we'll run this tape back. But,
oh, guys.
Jeremy, not a good time for Chapstick. We got 7 seconds left. We're going with Chapstick.
Yeah, Chapstick is in the crowd right now. He's also someone who's an alumni who's been brought out here, and it's good to see Chapstick back.
If you just tuned in, 48-48, tied game. 7 seconds left.
Yep.
Phones are out. Me and Jeremy are sweating.
Everyone's standing.
Omar picked the day to wear a long sleeve.
And he's
not a
sweating
good
as well.
day. As here we go. Red Raiders, long timeout.
Here we go.
Wow, my heart is pounding, Ben. These fans are on their feet. Everybody's on their feet.
Here we go.
Here's the
7
inbound.
seconds.
The East Side Red Raiders are going to switch up
And
the
here
play.
they go. Inbound in. They're having trouble getting in. They get it in. 5. Amos has the ball with 4 seconds. 3. His drive. It's
my God!
It's good, and we have looked like we had a timeout call, but they don't call it.
What's
But
gonna
the Red
happen
Raiders
here?
fans are rushing the court.
Nope,
What
they're
a
gonna have to
drive
get off.
by Amos. They're going to have to get
They're
off
going to
the
have to get off. They're going to have to get off. The game's
They're going to
not
have
over.
to get off the court. The game is not over. What a drive by Anos Amos, and this place is in shock right now.
The game is not over.
I don't know. Did Colicchio have any timeouts left?
He did. He called one. He called one.
And it looks like Colicchio, there was definitely at least 1 and 5/10 seconds left for a timeout call there. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets that.
Definitely there was some time after the shot.
And what a shot by Amos. Wow, that was some shot by Anos Amos.
Yeah. The fans are going to have to get off the court. They're going to say get off. The coaches are going to know to get off. Cy West thinks the game over. But the coaches got to get the players back into the game here.
Yeah, there was definitely at least a second left.
Hey, listen, big shot by Anos Amos.
Yeah, definitely. We talked about him before the game. He's their guy. And wow, that is not the way the Minutemen would like to see their season end, but they still have a chance. There was definitely at least a second on the clock for Colicchio when he called that timeout.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like they're going to get a second.
But one thing, you cannot advance the ball in high school basketball.
You cannot. So it's going to be interesting to see what gets played up here.
And wow, what a heartbreaker for the Elizabeth Minutemen.
As that ball, that shot's going to drop, but the Minutemen are going to have a second and 0.3 of a second to play with something here. Let's see what it gets drawn up here with the great coach Phil Colicchio.
Wow, and you got to, I don't even know what you draw up here for a shot, as you cannot advance the ball. That was a crazy shot by Amos. Don't know how that one dropped.
Wow, folks.
And now I look back to that possession that the Minutemen had with 30 seconds left. That was a huge possession.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I could just not believe that shot dropped for Anis Amos. That was just a great. He was in the air
Double
for about.
clutched.
Right, he was in the air for a long time before he threw up that shot. And man, was that just athleticism at its finest.
Yes, that was an insane shot, and it'll be a shot remembered for a long time in Newark East Side history. Wow, I am in disbelief right now. What a shot.
What's happening here?
And here we go. And the Red Raiders look to be playing back, avoiding.
This is going nuts. The fans are going crazy.
And the Minutemen fans are definitely in disbelief right now.
Absolutely.
And they have their big man guarding the inbounds on Kelly. Andrew Spite trying to disturb the throw, as Kelly will have to just throw up a prayer and try to see if he can get a tip in with 1 and 6/10 seconds remaining.
And the court's going to be heavily secured by security guards and police officers. They're going to do their best to stop whatever's going to happen here. There's absolute chaos, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, no, and here we go. Here is the inbounds by Kelly. He can run the sideline. Inbounds, and it's thrown in to West. West throws up a shot, and it misses. And the Newark East Side crowd is rushing the court, and they are going on to the next round as they win their group in a 50-48 win against the Elizabeth Minutemen.
And it was a well-deserved win for the Red Riders here. Well-deserved win. They played everything right. They did everything correctly. It's a well-deserved win for the Red Riders here.
Yeah, back-to-back group champions for them. And this is a tough way to end the season for the Elizabeth Minutemen.
Absolutely. For the Minutemen, this is a tough game for you. And wow.
And this place is packed, and nobody's even leaving their seats. They are in shock. Wow, what an end to the season if you're the Elizabeth Minutemen. Not the way they wanted to go out.
Well, I mean, the police officers have to do a great job of getting everybody off the court as best as can.
Yes, no doubt we do not want to see any.
And we can't leave the booth until that happens. Yeah, man, this is crazy. Fans, we're going to go off air here, and we're going to be back to you after this postgame if we can get one in. And welcome back to our post-game interview after an absolute heartbreaker for the Minutemen here at home. Ben, talk to me about it. Run me back.
Man, I don't know where to start. It was a great battle by the Minutemen. They were down all first half, down by 10, down by 12, down by 13. And in that second half, they went on an absolute surge. That fourth quarter, big shots by Brandon Kelly, big shots by Josiah West. But down the stretch, Anos Amos, game winner.
Absolutely. And I mean, we talked about it all season, how the Minutemen have to attack in the first half. And what do they have to do to attack in the first half? And they did seem a little sluggish in the first half today, Ben.
Yeah, they definitely seem sluggish. And I'm sure if they had a better first half, and if they cut that lead down a little bit more in the first after that big-time foul trouble between Kelly and West, then this result might have not happened. You know, they had to find themselves clawing back the whole game instead of being ahead. So that really hurt the Minutemen down the stretch.
And as much as they had a slow half, the thing we also been talking about all season was that they come out of the second half ready to play, and that's exactly what they did today. They cut the Red Riders down to a majority of, I think it was 10 points or 13 points in the third quarter, and then cut it down short again in the fourth quarter, Ben.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter, they tied the game, and that tie was because of that Minutemen defense. They applied pressure. They were ball hawks at the top of the key. Kelly and Connor were all over Amos, and Josiah West was great rebounding. Although he was in foul trouble, he played very smart down the stretch. And Jordan Price also got his fourth foul, so that was huge. But down the stretch, with those last seconds, Amos was huge, and that was an amazing double clutch shot that he put up.
And foul trouble was the key to today's game. Those big names and big guys coming in foul trouble, and that's really what hurt the Minutemen. They had to play conservative and have play a little back, and they had to play more minutes off their bench today.
Yeah, that definitely hurt the Minutemen. They're used to playing aggressive all season long. They're used to coming out the gates firing, so to see them have to play laid back, can't really press up like they usually do, really hurt them. And for the Red Raiders, amazing season. Their student section came out. They were huge for them. But the Minutemen student section was huge for the Minutemen in that comeback. So it's going to be a tough way to end the season for them, but I'm sure they're going to be back ready for next year.
Absolutely. And a statement year for the Minutemen, bringing in first-year coach Phil Colicchio and his staff, and to be able to do such accomplishments as they did today and did this season, you know, going to the semifinal in the Union County tournament, which is something they haven't done in a while, coming to the final of the section tournament, something they haven't done in a while, and it's just been amazing to see. Ben, I don't know about you, we talked about all day was everybody's coming back home, Ben. Home has seemed to be the key word for a lot of people this year, Ben. Home. Talk to me about that.
Yes, definitely. We got to interview a couple of alumni today. They were very impressed with the way this Minutemen team has battled. A lot of similarities between that team and that 80s team that they were on, or that 90s team that won the TOC. So it was really interesting to get their word on it and how they felt about this team.
Yes, and you've seen it, folks. Since we started doing this, since the start of the season, Phil Colicchio has brought back a lot of that old fanage and a lot of that home base here, and everyone's coming home. We talked to a hometown hero here, and he's been pushed back. A lot of people, have been pushed back as well, and it's just really nice to see, Ben.
Yeah, it was really nice to see those guys return and got to see the Minutemen play like how they played all year with that scrappy intensity. But this is definitely not something to hold your head down on if you're the Minutemen. Seniors like Josiah West, seniors like Brandon Kelly, amazing season, and I'm sure they'll be looking to translate that into the next level. But for guys like Connor and for guys like Price, I'm sure they're ready for next year. Tomorrow.
100%, guys, and that's going to be the key factor to next year's Minutemen team. What can those sophomores do? Who's going to come in and want to play with Phil Colicchio now that he's set a home base down here at Minutemen at Dunn Center?
Yeah, I'm sure for guys on other teams are definitely looking at this Minutemen team and thinking, wow, I would love to play with them. I'd love to play under that coach. I would love to play in this crowd. So this is definitely something that those guys will look to in the offseason.
Right, absolutely, and that's something huge here. We saw the Dunn absolutely packed with students, families, alumni, and it's just really great to see. And it doesn't end here. You still have more sports to go see, guys. You do have your spring sports to go support. You cannot just support just the basketball team when you have many more sports to support in the community, Ben.
Yeah, definitely. This Minutemen sports community has always came together. They're great every year. There's always a sport winning some type of championship, getting in themselves to some type of playoff race. So any sports team you have to go support, appreciate. This basketball team had a great year, fell short, but this is not the end of it for the Minutemen.
Absolutely not. As we've been saying all day, Elizabeth basketball is finally back at the Dunn Center. as they were back in the early 80s, late 90s, and it's finally it's great to see, guys.
Yeah, over that span, a lot of TOCs, a lot of state championships, and I could definitely see over these next spans, you know, up until 2030. Sounds like a long time from now.
Right.
It's only 10 years away. So we're definitely interested to see what those guys could bring a couple of TOCs back to the Elizabeth.
All right, guys. That was the post-game show. It's been an absolute pleasure to be put on this production for you. I appreciate everything everyone has done for us and as a staff completely and a crew. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jeremy Duran. Alongside me is Ben Rubens.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, this you crazy mother.